Yo, Saturday edition, Memorial Day weekend, post-game live. What's good, people? We're going to get into some of this week's news, some of the draft rumors, some of the news this week, and the 25th anniversary of the dunk. So let's get into it. Oh, my opener ain't go up. All right, forget the opener. Yo, CP the NY Fanatic here. Happy Saturday, Memorial Day weekend. My man Jay Ellis on the other side. If this is your first time watching the stream, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yo, are you on Twitter? I don't see you. I don't see you up.
Yeah, it should be. It should be up on the Periscope too. We on Periscope, we on Twitter, we on Facebook. Wherever you're watching from, make sure you hit that follow. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And yeah, man, let's get into it. We had a little bit of issues with the rundown at the top, so don't follow those per se. That was from the last stream, but we'll fix it for next time. Jay Ellis, what's good, bro?
I don't know, man. It's hot as hell. I'm trying to enjoy this.
Yo, it's hot, man.
This Memorial weekend. Trying to figure out if my AC is really keeping up to the standards, and trying to see what's going on with these Knicks, man.
Yo, it's real out here, bro. It's real out here, man. So let's get right into it, man. Some of this week's news. So we had the coach's outing. Fizdale took the guys out for a little action in Game 5 of the Celtics game. That was pretty good to see, man. What'd you think about that bonding experience for some of the players?
Yeah, I thought it was a good look. Yo, check the Twitter real quick to see if your stream is up. I don't see it.
Right.
But
I'll check.
I thought it was a good look, man. Listen, this guy's different. I know everybody said it felt different. He came on, had the presser. Seems to have a feeling about that he was like really a good leader and a true leader and somebody who could actually bring people together and galvanize people and get them excited. And you can see why, man. He's already kind of laying some of the groundwork. Granted, it's not basketball yet. We don't see any results on the court. But we like that he's kind of building the bricks from the bottom up, building relationships, getting closer to players, getting to know players like Frank, Dotson, people who are going to be part of the future.
Yeah, even Moutier was there.
Even Moutier. Yeah, the kid was there.
True indeed.
The kid might be his new name. I'm calling right now, the kid.
Yeah,
but yeah, so
we gonna get you right, kid. We gonna get you right.
Yeah. Moutier, the kid, was there. So hopefully, they saw something that they can take into their own games, like, you know, how to stifle LeBron.
Yeah, it was definitely a nice little thing to see. Obviously, Fizdale doesn't really know these guys too well, so it's good to see him get out there, build that camaraderie with them. Especially Frank, it's good to see Frank, you know, get out there, see some playoff basketball. Maybe Fizdale was in their ear, you know, telling them, you know, certain situations, certain plays, certain things to look out for, get that playoff intensity going. Good to see Dotson in the mix. My man Kody in the chat said it was good to see Dotson early. As we said, hopefully, you know, Dotson can get that playing time ahead of Courtney Lee, whether Courtney Lee gets traded or maybe they just decrease his minutes and elevate Dotson a little bit, because I think Dotson could be a nice rotational piece and fits Fizdale's vision.
Yeah, man, that's one of the biggest question marks I have into the season. Like, what are we doing with Dotson? It's just like we have so many guards in front of him in the depth chart. He's really a shooting guard, but it was kind of playing with the small forward. So I really just want to see that his defensive aptitude is going to be recognized in the Fizdale, and also his 3-point shooting. So, and his rebounding. So, hopefully, I'll see some Dotson get some real minutes going forward, and hopefully Fizdale can bring the best out of Dotson.
Facts, whole team Dot, man, whole team
Word.
Dot. Yeah, I like this kid, man. He's working hard. You can see it. He's trying to improve his 3-point shot. His defense is definitely gonna fit what Fizdale was looking for. And I think Dotson is gonna be a great rotational piece for us, man. A great rotational piece for us. The KP situation. KP finally speaks. KP finally speaks. And he commented on the Dotson post. Or because I think the Knicks had reposted that the coach and the gang was at the game. Dotson posted it, or Moutier posted it, and KP, finally gave his endorsement. The fans were kind of concerned. They didn't know whether or not KP was feeling the coaching move. They didn't understand why KP was being quiet. I thought he was just playing poker, man. I think, obviously things with him and the Knicks are kind of frayed. And,
Yeah.
I think it's just gamesmanship right now, but I didn't see no reason for him not to embrace the coach.
I mean, it could be skepticism, man. When you go through as many coaches as KP has in a short period of time, you just kind of just like, yeah, I've been through this before. New coach, new energy, da 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 da. And sometimes you kind of get jaded, man. It's kind of like being in a bad relationship. Sometimes you get jaded. It's like, I've been through this before.
Yo,
Yeah,
four
happy
coaches in
times,
4
yeah,
years, man. Four
yeah,
coaches in 4 years. We got to get the unicorn right, man.
yeah. Like, what makes you different? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But it always starts all good in the beginning. What makes you different? But you know what? Coach did the right thing. He started off talking with KP's brother / manager
Yeah,
the other day.
Janice, that's the gatekeeper. Janice is like,
Yeah,
yo, you got to
man.
go through me, cuz.
Gotta finesse the family, bro. You gotta finesse the family.
Got to
Get in
finesse
there,
the
good with
family,
the fam.
bro, first and foremost.
First and foremost, and he is able to do that. And I'm glad that he actually had that combo with Fiz, because, like I said, man, anybody who's watching Fiz knows that he seems like he just knows how to win people over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And, obviously Fizdale himself has some, he has some growing up to do, obviously, with the whole Gasol situation. He's trying to reestablish his image for sure. So I like that, he's taking that challenge on him, trying to get these guys, together, trying to start off with KP early, get on the same page with him. Obviously he's got to reestablish his reputation from the whole Gasol situation. So I'm sure that's a concern with Janice and coming from, that Real Madrid system. I'm sure, with Billy Hernan Gomez, a common go-between. I'm sure KP has heard from Gasol about what happened. So it's important for Fizdale to establish that early.
Oh yeah, man, that was a huge deal. I was even saying before, when I was talking about the Mark Jackson stuff, I was like, for Mark Jackson to even have a shot, to me, in my mind, at being a coach, he would have to own every single thing he did wrong. I'm not sure if he did that in the meetings or not, but Fizdale certainly did that, and it worked out for him.
Yeah, he owned up to it, and even in the press conference, he was like, I made a mistake trying to, force feed my culture onto an already established culture and knock heads naturally with the established order there, especially with Conley and Gasol being used to that, grind city Lionel Hollins style that he implemented. So Fizdale had a tough time. Still curious why he was ousted so quickly. Maybe that was, a rush decision by Memphis, but time will tell how he will impart that culture on us.
Yeah, man, like a sign of a good leader for real is somebody who's able to own up to his mistakes and announce that shit out loud. Because once you're a leader and you take accountability for your own actions, that mindset could kind of trickle down. Everybody else can own what they did wrong with their own selves, and then everybody has a chance to grow, and no one's on the defensive, and it's just all about the growth and not about the finger pointing at that point. So kudos to that. And I felt like that was something that was even wrong with Jeff Hornacek when Jeff was here. I feel like Jeff made some dumb mistakes and he never really owned it. He almost kind of like passed the buck a lot of the times to other people and never been like, you know what, I shouldn't have put that player in at this point. I shouldn't have handle that situation with Noah or whatever like this, and my bad. Maybe I can do it differently.
Yeah,
going forward.
Well, and that's why you seen Fizdale, take that take that priority, really getting with the players, because as management said, they didn't think, and the owner, and Dolan gave him a kick in the ass on the way out, and was like, he didn't think he was connecting with the players properly.
Nope.
So that's how you see Fizdale, getting so involved early. They had the early workout. They went to Boston. So that's good. At least on paper, that's good.
Most definitely. I have a good feeling, man. I have a good feeling about our team going forward and what the addition of Fizdale is going to mean. And now that we know that it seems like KP is on board.
Yeah.
He's excited.
You think they're going to give him the bag this summer or next summer? What you think?
Man. I feel like they're gonna give it to him this summer, yo.
You think they're gonna give it to him this summer and lock him in?
Yeah.
Because he'll be a restricted free agent anyway at the end of next year. So they could always match it, but do you even let him go out the door and get an offer?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I would like to wait and see, but I mean, here's the thing with it. That would have been. I think it would have been a different situation if things with KP weren't as rocky
Yeah.
for the last couple of years. Like if it was smooth sailing from top to bottom, then maybe I felt like you can probably play with that a little more. But seeing how he had the weird shit with Phil and he's come out already said last year he said he studied how successful organizations are run and he isn't sure if our organization is run as successful and da 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 da. So because of those kind of things, I don't think you want to like rattle the cage.
Yeah.
Poke the hornet's nest, whatever saying you want. Like you don't want to. I don't think you want to test that out, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, man, it's gonna be a chess match between his injury situation. Is he gonna come back in time? And when is he gonna come back? Is he trying to come back? Are they trying to get him back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
next year,
KP's trying to come back. That's for sure. He's trying.
yeah. I would think so. But we getting mixed messages. His trainer, who was out here looking like the Iron Sheik, talking about he's gonna be ready for training camp. I would say, slow down a little bit, but then you hear Dolan, you hear Clyde saying they don't even think he's going to be ready for the season at all. So we'll see. I guess it'll be somewhere in the middle, right? I guess it'll be somewhere in the middle, man.
It's a wait and see. The news that I heard on KP was they really said you're really not going to know until September where he really is for real. Right now, everything is just speculation.
Facts.
Everything is just speculation. He can put it into work. But even Jared Jack, because everybody remembers Jared Jack had like a similar injury, and he was kind of talking about not working too hard and actually taking the day to rest and put in the work at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried about KP overdoing it, trying to get back too full in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I hope not, man. I hope he just builds up that strength. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just build up that strength. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if he sat out the whole year. We got nothing to lose. We got nothing to gain from him coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many games did we win without him? We won like 6 games without him. We won 29 games in total.
Yeah.
I mean, we going to be trending towards the same thing. Fizdale may be able to get us an additional, couple wins here and there just on the basis of, coaching strength and these guys playing hard, but I don't know. We're going to be in the same position. Back in the lottery, probably top 5 instead of bottom 5 next year. And I don't know. I don't think it's really that important for him to come back next year.
Yeah. I mean, team, that's really all for him, really. If he's coming back to see if he still got it. He wants to be able to prove himself. He has the itch. No one likes sitting out. Like,
true.
I had a twisted ankle for 2 weeks and I was dying. I was dying. I was like, it's sunny outside. I want to ball. I want to go out. I want to.
Yeah, he's young too, man. He's young. Yo, did you hear that story? How they said there was a tennis star in Latvia. She pulled the Kobe on Shaq. She said she was talking about like the police treatment of athletes. She was like, oh, I wish I could be like Porzingis. Porzingis out here doing 200 miles an hour on the highway. Getting pulled over. Yeah, she was like, Porzingis out here getting pulled over, telling the cops, like, do you know who I am? Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah. They said Porzingis is out there just running wild. You know what I'm saying? She snitched on him quickly. She said his license is suspended in Latvia, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they said KP out there running like a renegade. No wonder he ran back home, man. He out there wilding.
Oh, wow. He's like, I didn't even hear that. I mean,
yeah, just dropped yesterday.
Yeah, I was out of commission yesterday. That's that young boy stuff. That's that right out of college, 19 to 23.
Yeah,
kind of wild out. You wild out a little bit.
That's that young boy lifestyle, man. I've been there, man.
Word. And he got it with the money. That's like a whole nother
facts.
That's like a whole nother stratosphere. But yeah,
True
calm down,
indeed, man.
KB. Calm down, KB.
Yeah, KP got to cool off, man. You got to cool off.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get to the draft, shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. Shout out Dr. Kid, NHF Skills. They was in here first. My man Kody in here all the time. Kenny Chuang, Justino, what's good? Yaron, what up? Josh Salzman, what's really good? Who else in here? Imbert the Great. Shikamaru Nara, what's going on? Kody, what's good? ATM XNet, what's good? Who else in here? But yeah, man, happy Saturday, Memorial Day Saturday. All right, let's get to some of this draft stuff, man. So we had the combine 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
You know, we talked about best player versus need. You know, Perry coming out. You know, we kind of get mixed messages, sort of. You know, them basically saying, well, you know, we're in a talent business. We need talent on this team. No qualms with that. No qualms with that whatsoever. Then they say, obviously, wing is the need. You know, we only have a couple wings. You know, Beasley may or may not be back. Lance is under contract. We have Troy Williams, who, you know, you're not really looking for anything major more than, you know, role play, high fly, put back dunks, some defensive, you know, defensive toughness, things of that nature. But we really don't have that wing spot solidified. So obviously that's a position to need. But then we heard that they hot on this guy, Lonnie Walker from Miami, man. It was
Walker driving.
Oh, are you kidding me? This kind of stuff. They might go the shot. It's the joy that
Saw that cup earlier with the right hand.
Look at that. Celebrate too soon. 4.8 is a lot of time on the clock.
In the corner, McMahon. That's blocked by Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker.
Who else would block the shot?
Unbelievable. Lonnie Walker.
Blocked out of there. Vasiljevic, the loose ball.
Did he have that blocked by Light?
And here's Miami on the run. And Lonnie Walker.
It looks like he has the ability to create his own shot.
Here's Walker, a three. Lonnie Walker expanding his game.
Hadn't worked the entire game, but maybe you ought to get Ewell involved in that screen and roll.
Walker, a triple. Oh, the freshman. A dozen for Walker. That's his second.
But he can get away with playing the three in the spot.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that about him. He's like a high potential guy, man, because of that athleticism, because he can shoot.
That's the way to get a good shot.
Hitting three-point shots because he has some nice body control going to the hole. There's a lot of good potential stuff you can see from Lonnie Walker.
Yeah. Seems real raw, but he's definitely in terms of the athleticism.
Any resistance at the rim.
After, that's for sure.
Walker on the fadeaway. Count it.
It's the efficiency thing you have to kind of worry about right now.
What a
Efficiency, shot selection, getting that shooting percentage up to an actually good.
Bolden also out with a knee, and they're thin. Lonnie Walker, their most highly touted freshman.
Rebounding the key. They're doing a great job getting to the offensive
For the lead, it's a three.
Let's see, draft.net, Lonnie Walker. Strength, stands 6'4", weighs over 200, long arms, will be able to develop into a pest defensively. 6'4". Yeah, I mean, he's definitely undersized for the wing, but might be able to get away with it. How tall is Timmy right now? Timmy about 6'3"?
Yeah, I don't know off the bat, but
Timmy,
he's not, he doesn't have the wingspan.
Or Courtney Lee. About how tall was Courtney Lee at playing the three? He was playing a three this year, too.
I think they're around 6'3", 6'4" as well. They're definitely not small forward height. Definitely not.
Courtney Lee was 6'5", so he was probably measuring about the same. About the same. I mean, obviously he played the three out of necessity this year. Maybe that's probably not your, preference, but
right. You just put all the best players on the floor. And shout out to Ted Green and Shikamaru Nara for hitting up my chat.
Yeah, shout out Ted Green. Shout out everybody in the chat on this Saturday. Wikipedia, what? They got Timmy listed as 6'6"? No way.
6'6"?
No way. Tim Hardaway Jr. is not no damn 6'6".
Really?
Yeah. Pro Basketball Reference got him at 6'6".
That's interesting.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That's interesting. So I mean, I guess there's hope for a guy like Lonnie Walker. I don't know.
6'6" is still short for a small forward, though.
Yeah, I mean it is short. It is short, but Yeah, man. I mean, maybe 9 is a bit too high.
Yeah.
But it seems like, he's an active athlete, aggressively looks to score both in a half-court set, decent three-point shooter, solid frame, boom, quick first step. He looks like a project.
Yeah. It's one of those upside things, man. It's like
kind of like Knox.
Yeah, it's kind of like Knox. Like, he's really athletic. He could do some nice things on a basket.
Yeah.
His shot looks like it's there. Like, he's a nice, quick release. So you figure you prime him, he could be really good in a few years.
Yeah.
That's definitely not like a this year thing.
Right. So NBADraft.net outlook looks like a prospect that fits better at the NBA level than at college, has all the physical tools to be a 3-and-D guy, play a major role on an NBA team. Likely need to adjust to not having a ball in his hands. He was more productive, bigger part of the offense in Miami. Will need to be more accustomed to picking and choosing his opportunities to attack. Yeah. That's interesting, man. That's interesting.
That's everybody, even in the NBA, who's been here for 10 years.
True indeed, man.
But here's the thing, though, too, is like, all right, you think he's gonna be lower, so
They love it, baby. The three. They jump over defense. Not getting CC shots. It's another example. Deflection. Steal.
Walker, the pull-up three. He's been terrific tonight.
Streaky shooting.
As we know, the Coliseum will be rocking in Morgantown with Kansas there. Walker, a deep three. Still.
Lonnie Walker, who hit the three-pointer to beat Boston College on the weekend, hits the first point for Miami.
For North Carolina State since he came back into the lineup.
Probably 8 teams from the ACC at least getting in. Is Lonnie Walker the fourth hits the three?
Games.
right.
Great cut.
And pass. Walker finishes off the look from Wardenberg.
Well, Wardenberg, you can make that pass because there was no pressure on him at all. He could just pick it apart. But what a...
Walker turns the corner. He's all the way to the bucket.
See, Theo Pinson stood there trying another turnover in college.
Take Noah. Can we take Noah?
I don't know,
No?
man.
Okay.
That's where it gets intriguing. I had my fault. I had the video audio up, but basically what I was saying is, if and Mr. Reed, thanks for pointing that out. But basically what I was saying is, the only way a trade down to the Clippers at 12 or 13 would probably is logical is if Michael Porter Jr. is there at 9, right? And if he's there at 9,
we ain't trading down.
Why would we trade? You know what I'm saying? Why would we not pick Michael Porter at 9? So I don't really think that the Clippers trade is a logical thing to me, because, like I said, it's not too many people that they would be trying to trade those picks up to get. I would say Michael Porter Jr. is the guy.
Nah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand. The only reason why we would trade down if we're just not high on Michael Porter Jr. and we feel like we can get a Miles and somebody else, or a Lonnie and somebody else,
Lonnie and a Knox, or if they're still interested in Sexton, which I hope not. It'd be interesting.
It could be interesting. I like Sexton. Whatever, Sexton hate. I like Sexton, man. That guy's gonna be a beast in the NBA. I feel like he is.
It's left to be seen, man. It's left to be seen. I gotta see what Fox does in his second year, because I feel like their games are very similar.
Yeah, definitely, man.
They both remind me of a John Wall, but I feel like John Wall, his offense has stepped up over the years. He definitely worked on his shot. The athleticism never changed. He's definitely a beast and can get to the paint at will. I don't know, Sexton's an interesting candidate. But I still think at number 7, Cleveland is the wild card.
Yeah,
number 8. Between 7 and 8, the Bulls and Cleveland, that's the wild card in terms of what we're looking at number 9.
Yeah, man. 7, 8. To me personally, there is no way Michael Porter Jr. is getting past the Bulls. I don't just see that happening.
I don't see it.
I don't see it happening. So I don't even see this scenario where the Clippers are even going to imaginarily try to trade up for a number 9 pick, trying to get for Michael Porter Jr. if he's going to be gone way before we get to. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it. But then who does Cleveland pick?
Who does Cleveland? Cleveland picks
Who does Cleveland
I actually thought about this really good for a few days now. So
do they pick Sexton or do they pick Wendell
yeah,
Carter?
yo, I kind of feel like if I'm Cleveland and I'm thinking LeBron is gonna leave me, because even if they get past the Celtics, they're gonna lose to whoever wins in the West, right?
Yeah.
Which is most likely in Golden State now.
They're gonna get swept, man. I'm not even looking forward to it. These 2 games this weekend is it. After that, I probably won't mind. If Golden State wins, I'm probably gonna watch another game after that.
Yeah, man. It's like everybody knew. I mean, I knew Chris Paul was going to get hurt eventually. He gets hurt.
I wanted that for CP3, man. I'm a big CP3 fan. I definitely wanted that for CP3.
But he's injured every playoff.
Yeah.
I was surprised it lasted this long. But the whole point about even mentioning that was you feel like LeBron doesn't stay anywhere long. You feel like he's not going to. I feel like he's going to leave. And once that happens, if I'm the Cavs, I'm already preparing for that. So I'm not even like if I felt like LeBron was going to stay as a Cavs fan, I would probably just pick Mike. I would pick up Wendell Carter. But
then how do you sell that to the fans? Like I don't know. That's a tough sell, man. Because I don't know after Wendell Carter. I mean, it's as far as the potential,
right?
It's slim pickings, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, if you're going, LeBron is leaving. Then I would go Sexton or Miles or somebody with a bigger upside who can just create, who can just be like maybe take over eventually. That's how I'm thinking anyway.
My man Justino in the chat is spot on. This is such a Knick conundrum, isn't it? Right? All we have to do is just lose a couple more goddamn games, and we could have Michael Porter Jr. quick, fast on this team, not a question. Now he's sitting there hoping this dude drop, hoping this man. Same old man. Yeah.
Yo, Ted Green from the chat says when you play the clips from Lonnie Walker that the sound.
Yeah, I fixed that.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, we good money. But yeah, man, it's such a Knick situation, Knick conundrum. When we're looking for somebody to change our fortunes, and we sitting there at 9, but. Hey, listen, like Cal Perry said, you're picking these players for what they could be, not what they are. So, whoever it is at 9, it could, that guy could turn into something real special. You never know, man. It has to be a combination of who he is and what the coaches do with him. Yeah,
man, exactly. Whoever's there is not. You look, there's a history of number 9 picks doing some great things from Tracy McGrady.
Stat was 9.
Yeah, Stat. There's a lot of good people who were picked at 9 who end up having amazing careers, end up being all-stars. So maybe
Gordon Hayward was 9.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward. So maybe this is where we're supposed to be, man.
Maybe
this is supposed to be.
But no, in our luck, I don't know. I just don't know, man.
Man, Fiz is here. Everything is safe. That's all
Yeah, that's a fact. What about Michael Porter Jr.? So, Cody in the chat brought him up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Kevon Painter, what's good? Mr. Reed, what's good? Chris, what's good? Chris just jumped in.
What up?
What do you think about a lot of people, even on their Instagram, was like, yo, trade up for Michael Porter. And what do you think about that? Somebody, Chris in the chat was saying, don't mess with him because he has back issues. And that's definitely a scary thing. But some people argue he's 100% healed. What do you think about trading up for him?
Trading up is easier said than done. That's all I got to say. I mean, listen, I know there's rumors that Memphis was be able to trade their 4th. They was looking to trade their pick, but what do we have to give up?
Yeah. I mean, you definitely going to have to give up next year's unprotected. You definitely going to have to do that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You're going to have to give that up unprotected, and
that's a gamble in itself.
It's a gamble in itself. It's a gamble in itself because I actually broached that question yesterday. Got a ton of feedback, and that was on Luka Doncic. I think somebody from 660, the radio, was saying because it seemed like Luka Doncic is kind of angling, he seemed like he's kind of non-committal. He's playing double dutch right now. I don't think he really want to go to the Kings.
That happens. Woof. The domino effect that happens is
it's a domino effect. But so somebody, one of the local beat writers, was like, "Would you package the 9 and an unprotected? If you had the chance to do so, would you package the 9 and an unprotected to try to get a play like Luka Doncic? What y'all think? Everybody in the chat, leave a comment what y'all think about that.
The main problem with that is we're not going to be nice this year.
Yeah. So that pick could very well be the top 5. I think it's a strong chance it's a top 5.
Exactly. I mean, not this year, next year. I meant to say not going to be nice next year.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it. And then we have to give up probably another asset as well, maybe a second rounder or Dotson or somebody else who's actually. I'm not doing that.
Number 9 and a top 5 next year.
Nah, if there was like number 9 and Courtney Lee,
we'll give you number 9 or Ron Baker. And,
I mean, at least Courtney Lee is serviceable. You know, he's good.
Oh man,
he actually could. He's an NBA player. We just have a glut, but I already know that's not realistic.
Yeah, it's good to dream. It's good to dream, man.
Yeah, but we're not going to get away with that. We're not getting away with that.
Let's just. I hope KP might be in his ear right now. Like, yo, just wait one more year. Wait one more year. I'm gonna sit out the year, and just force your way to New York next year.
Force your way to New York.
You're like, yo, I'm not going nowhere until unless it's the Knicks.
That means you definitely want to get rid of a guard. Then, if that's the case, you definitely look for somebody to pack. If that's the case. Man. No,
I mean, I think overall it's just too risky, man. It's just too risky. We just need all the talent that we could get, man. We in a talent phase right now. We need a lot of talent, and I'm not risking it for him. He looks like he's gonna be a solid player. Don't get me wrong. He's been beasting. That EuroLeague final, he did well. 19. I mean, he's definitely a good player, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't take that risk. We can't get cute. I be seeing a lot of people ask me like, yo, would you trade this, trade that? Nah, man. Just pick. Pick and move forward.
Pick and move forward. That's all you gotta do, man. Unless something blows you away, where like somebody is pulling strings like the Nets, like the Nets owner was trying to play. If something like a Nets owner trade happens, where they just giving you all the picks for something stupid like crazy lobs, then I wouldn't trade up.
Yeah, nah. I feel like do it, man.
Definitely wouldn't. Keep it packed. We have a chance to get Miles or McCall or Wendell Carter Jr. or whoever you want.
They'll help.
There's a lot of strong people at 9 that could be available. Even players that I don't want. There's still like a scenario where like they can still end up being nice for my team. So
yeah. No, I hear that, man. I hear that. Yeah. It's nice. It's fun to dream, isn't it?
Yeah, man. It's fun to dream.
Fun to dream, man.
That's the best part. Being a Knicks fan and being a basketball fan in general is coming up with crazy ass trades and nobody wants to do.
Fact. But yo, let us know in the comments in the chat, man. Would you make a trade? Period. Whether it's for a dream scenario, Luka Doncic, or Michael Porter Jr. Would you trade up? Would you try to trade back for the Clippers pick if that option was available, or do you say just stand pat at 9? Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. But what up? We about 2.5 weeks. We got 2.5 weeks from the draft, man.
Yeah.
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks from the draft, man. It's creeping up. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think we're gonna end up with something good. Can't get no worse. Obviously in the dream scenario, we love to have KP healthy, with this new pick and with Frank's development. But I mean, like I said, I think you just gotta look at next year as a developmental year. You want to see guys step up. You want to see Frank take the next step. You want to see Dotson take the next step.
Yeah, it's all about growth.
What happens with Moutier? What's your expectations for next year? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the young guys to play. Really just looking for young guys to play. I'm looking for Frank to be more consistent offensively.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Dotson gets minutes, but I feel like the way things are set up right now, it's still going to be hard.
Courtney Lee, man. Get Courtney Lee out of here.
Yeah. We need to trade Courtney Lee. I would
Trade
think that
him.
would have to be on the top of the list, but it's like, damn. I felt them though because me personally, I feel like me and the Knicks organization kind of are high on Courtney Lee, even though we're looking for trade.
Yo,
Trade
don't get
him.
me wrong. I love Courtney Lee. Like I said, last 2 years he's been my guy, but it's just like there's no future with him. You know?
Nah, there was like, but I felt like what was the market for him last season? The second round pick. Like Courtney Lee's worth more than the second round. That's the insulting, man. That's why he's still here. Like, like
his stock is dropping. His stock is dropping for sure.
He had a career. That's like I think that speaks to the climate of the NBA and the owners in general because Courtney Lee had a good year last year, and people were still only willing to give up a second round pick. And he was leading the league, damn near in 3-point percentage for most of the year.
Yeah.
Free throw percentage, career highs in points.
Yeah, he's solid. He's a leader, man. That's the captain.
Yeah. And he still was like, nah, second round pick. Like, what?
Yeah. It's just hard to, trade for a guy like that under that contract and,
At least a low first. I mean, it's not a bad contract either.
True.
It's not a bad contract. He's not getting overly paid. It's like right there. It's right there. And it's not a long contract either. It's like what, 2 years?
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. I believe this is it. He has signed a 4-year deal, right? Yes. And he just wrapped up 2. Yeah, he just wrapped up 2. So he's got 2 more left. Him and Noah. So let's see, man. But then, like I said, he kind of blocks Dotson.
Yeah. And that's
you want to see Dotson get that burn.
Definitely want to see Dotson get that burn. And even this Moutier thing is even like weird for me, man. But we'll see what happens because I feel like Moutier is in Dotson's way too. But he hasn't shown me enough to prove that he needs to be in Dotson's way.
Well, I think Moutier's gonna get plenty of opportunity to shine because I think he's gonna be the backup point guard.
Oh, for sure.
And I think you're gonna rock with Moutier and Frank at the 2.
And that's the other thing too. I'm not even. You know what?
It's crazy.
You know what? Let me give Fizdale credit because everybody saw that Trey outplayed all the point guards last season.
Yeah, he earned it.
And he still took him mad long to get the starting point guard role, even though he was outplaying everybody from the jump.
True.
Moutier was awarded the starting point guard from like the jump, like he was like Simba and shit. Like you the king now.
They granted him the keys to the castle. Like, what y'all doing, man?
He didn't do nothing but show up to earn that. So hopefully Fizdale actually, no, I'm not even gonna say hopefully. I'm giving this man a lot more credit, and he's gonna see what people are gonna be doing in training camp and during these practices, and actually pick the best person for the job from the jump. So I'm not even gonna say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really understand what that was about. With giving Moutier the keys to the castle and then coming back next year like, well, he was out of shape. Like, well, no shit. So why y'all just anoint him the keys to the kingdom? Man. Like, I mean, I guess you still want to see him play, right? We had nothing to lose at the end of the day, but it was like, why just shoot him over? We could have given Frank those minutes too, but that's neither here nor there. Next year we'll see.
After all that accountability bull that they was pumping us in the beginning of the season.
Merit.
They gave
Merit, right? What was the whole Billy thing? Why Billy couldn't get no playing time? And he was like, well, KO and Cannon was playing better than him. And they were, which is true. But
so I rolled with it.
Yeah. And they trade for a guy mid-season, know that he's out of shape, but make him the starter.
That made no sense to me, man. Absolutely no sense. But yeah, I really wanted to see, ultimately, I want to see Dotson get a lot more playing time than he's been getting. But I already know some things still have to happen for that to happen.
Facts.
So I hope to see growth from him, but man, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I see the potential there, though. I see the potential.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Real quick, happy Saturday, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the live stream. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Real important to hit that notification bell so that you know when we do these live streams coming up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Cody, what's good? Justino, Michael Parker, Mr. Reed, what's good? Louis A, Abdul, what's good? Chris, Skyline, Insane, what up? Imbert the Great says, get Tim Hardaway Jr. out of here. I'm sure Carlito would love that. Michael Gregory, what's good? Welcome to the chat. Jamila Peters, welcome to the chat. Kevon Painter says, maybe the front office knows Lee equals second-round picks. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Perry Mills set up many individual workouts with second-round wings. That's true too. True too. You could see a draft day trade.
Yeah, Shikamaru. Oh, Naruto reference. Shikamaru Nara said, Jarrett Jackson. I think he needs to get traded. I think he means Jarrett Jack.
Jared. Jarrett Jack ain't coming back. He ain't bringing.
Yeah, he was on a 1 year anyway, so there's no need to trade him. He's gonna be gone anyway.
Yeah.
And then Ted Green says, that's because teams are up against the cap, so first round picks are super valuable. Teams just aren't giving them up. I guess he was referencing the Knicks trying to trade Courtney Lee, in February.
Yeah.
And they're only being able to get second round picks.
It's true.
And I guess you're right too, yo, because even the Lakers, man, who were the Lakers trying to trade? And people was only trying to get them second round picks. And I was like, that's a fucking head scratcher.
The Lakers.
The dude that's still Randall.
Yeah, Julius Randle. Yeah.
People was only trying to give the Lakers second round pick for Randall. And I was like,
that's crazy.
I was like, damn, it's like tight. The market. After I heard that, I was like, all right, well maybe the market is just tight right now.
True.
If you only trying to give a second round for Randall, and Randall was kind of beasting.
Yeah, he's gonna come up. He's definitely gonna cash out next year. He deserves a raise. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do in free agency too, man. I don't know if Paul George and LeBron are still on the radar. We'll see what Magic is up to.
Yeah, man. If I'm a team, I'm definitely looking at him first, thinking I can steal him from the Lakers easily because they looking at that cap trying to get two.
Yeah.
So if I'm a team looking for a power forward, the first thing I'm doing is hitting up Randall because I already know the Lakers are too shook to probably match.
True. It depends on depends. Randall could end up shaking loose, man.
Yeah.
Randall could definitely end up shaking loose. Yo, if you're watching from the chat and you want to call up, get your point across, get your opinions on anything that we're talking about right now, the number's on the bottom left. Call me up. Talk to me, Jay Ellis. Everybody in the chat can hear you. So if you want to call up, I know Kody always calls up. I know if Kody want to call up, Mr. Reed usually calls up as well. So I don't know where Carlito at. Carlito, the Tim Hardaway Jr. hater, he's not here today. But Carlito's usually
he gets to live.
Yeah, Carlito's very, very entertaining, man, to say the least.
For sure. That's my guy.
Yeah, man. What else? The point guard glut. You know what happens with Ron Baker? Like, can we just get him a clipboard already? Can we just get Ron Baker a clipboard and get it out the way?
I don't know, man. Somebody in chat, because I know Ron Baker has this weird no trade clause contract thing that's happened last season. So like, I was trying to really find out the parameters of that.
Let me see. Let me see. What type of power Steve Mills gave this fool?
I was trying to research it, and I was ended up just being more confused the more that I researched it.
Yo, I was telling people, man. I said when Steve Mills threw Phil out of here, he went into a room, locked the door, and just started like wilding out with moves like Tim Hardaway Jr. Here's your money. Ron Baker, here's your money.
What? Somebody take that man's pen, man.
Facts. We got a call coming in. Yo.
Yo, this is Ted Green.
Yo, Ted Green.
Jay Ellis's chat.
Okay, what's good, bro?
What's good, Ted?
Oh, and by the way, we're gonna next stream we're gonna incorporate both chats. So right now this is the main chat from Knicks Fan TV. Nick of Time Show is also on YouTube. If y'all not subscribed to his channel, make sure y'all subscribe to Jay Ellis' channel. We're gonna give you all the details at the end of the stream. They do a lot of podcasts with Nick of Time Show, so this is just a collaboration live stream between the two of us, you know, that we do for the fans. But go ahead, Ted. What's good?
Well, first of all, I want y'all to know that as a brother myself, I appreciate y'all giving the content, being two good young brothers out there, you know, putting it in for the Knicks.
Appreciate it.
I really appreciate that. Gives me plenty of podcast viewership so I can watch that at work.
Cool, man.
I got
So I
appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, that's why we do it, man. That's why we do it. We definitely like to grow the community with Knicks fans and give them an outlet to voice their opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I got an opinion. It ain't no hot take. I'm just like you were saying about the other brother trying to basically he's hating on hating on Timmy, I guess I'm a hater too, because him and his contract got to go. I need to see Dotson get some more time.
Yo, man, that was Steve Mills all the way. Locked himself in a room and was like, I'm about to show and prove. It's my time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't know what he got in with Timmy, but right before he made the Perry hire, he was like, yo, let me slide this dude in first.
Yeah.
And then I'll hire
and then you
GM.
could do your thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I wonder, but I haven't heard a peep from Perry about what he feels about Timmy and his contract. I know Timmy's down in Florida right now working out. That's all great. You know, he's on his grind all the time, but if we can shed his contract, you know, even that opens up some space for, you know, the 2019-2020 free agency. And we got some young kids coming up. Like, we got to give them some time.
Yeah,
and Timmy,
that's true.
he, you know, remember all that talk coming out of last season, talking about, Timmy, you know, he went down to the G League with Atlanta with Budenholzer, and now he's coming up and he was playing better defense. We didn't see none of that last year.
He lost his way, man. The chucking really gets to you. You know, the mental lapses definitely gets to you. I mean, for what it's worth, we stuck with him for right now. I don't see any realistic way of us, you know, shedding that contract. So, the only thing you can hope for is that Fizdale can rein him in, kind of like Budenholzer did. What you think, Jay?
I think for one, I'll say this: Tim Hardaway Jr. has improved defensively from when he's beginning of the year to now. I'm not saying he's like a defensive stopper by all means at all. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm just saying he was really bad when he was here, like really bad. And then when he got to the Knicks the second time, he's improved a lot, but then he's still having a lot of not even technique issues, just effort. He's having effort issues, which is
the mental lapses, man. The mental lapses.
It's two. Effort issues and mental lapses. That corner
maybe
three
his
is
teammates were
open.
in the right place, and he would kind of like frown and kind of show him up on the court and that kind of stuff. Like I have no patience for that. You're supposed to be a leader. You're getting paid what, $71 million? You're supposed to be the leader on the team.
Yeah, and that shows. You know, that emanates throughout the team when your body language is reflects a lot. You know, it can make or break how y'all play out there for sure.
For sure,
right,
man.
And so I only got one more point, and that's like, the Knicks need a lot of help. You know, the only way I see any trades happening with the Knicks, I would not give up any future first round picks. The Knicks are, as Perry likes to say, in the talent acquisition mode, which basically means we need help, all the help we can get. And so the only way you can really get help in a market where people aren't really trying to come to New York as free agents, or we like to get people's retreads, you know, older players, the only way you can really do that is to keep your first round picks, you know, keep all your picks and try to get as much talent in here as you can.
Facts.
And see, you know, and see what happens, you know, with the lottery and with the rest of the draft. You know, so maybe we can trade back with the Clippers. You know, I mean, obviously I would like to include Timmy, but the only way you can do that is match the salary, and they're gonna be like, well, we'll do that trade if you take Gallinari back. You know, I don't know if his contract might be worse than Timmy. So I don't know about all that, but we're probably not going to move anywhere. We probably just need to take Mikal and say, you know what, we'll try to get the 1A to KP in next year's draft when we actually tank correctly.
True. Yo, Ted, appreciate the call, man. Make sure you stay up with us. Hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channels, and definitely call back next time, man. Appreciate the support, bro.
That's actually another way of thinking of it.
That never actually thought about it. Have a great day. Thank you again for listening.
You too, man.
Thanks, man.
What'd you say, Jay?
That's actually another way of thinking about it that I never really thought about it until he just said that. Actually, about picking Mikal, because I know I've been on my Miles pick, but considering what our team is looking at, hold on 1 second, caller. Go ahead, Jay. Considering what our team is looking like this year, Mikal is a sure thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we will have a higher chance at like more of an impact type of take over the game player next season if we're like top 5. I didn't really think about that way until he said that. So interesting.
Yeah, we just got to pick, man. You know, I bring up all these trades just for sheer conversation, because obviously there's only so many ways you could say we want Mikal Bridges, but it has a lot of people. The opinions vary widely in terms of even trading up for Michael Porter or trading back with the Clippers if the opportunity presented itself. But my opinion personally is let's just pick. Next year we're gonna be in the tank again, and hopefully we get lucky. We get lucky and get somebody, man. We got somebody on the line. Yo.
What up? Hey, guys. It's Kody. What's going on?
Cody, what's good, my dude? Happy Saturday, man. What's going on?
Happy Saturday to you guys. What's up to the chat? Alex, man, I don't know why you like Sexton, bro. I really don't know. But another time. Dude has no shot, and he's like 6'1" maybe. But
that's not a lie. That's a lie.
I'll give you that. I mean, people compare him to Russell, but Russell's like 6'4", 6'5", right? A little bit bigger in frame.
It's the aggression. That's what it is.
You know what? I'm glad you're riding for your man. I'm like, you know what? At least he's consistent about that. So I appreciate that.
I mean, I think with Sexton, if he could improve his shot, I think he could be something.
Yeah,
I think he could be something.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Sexton. I feel like he knows how to run the team. Like he already has kind of a veteran presence about him.
That's fair.
And he can shoot the three off the dribble. He's not a good catch and shoot three-pointer. 33%
in college, 44% overall, 19 points per game.
My thing is as like a positionless basketball thing, with whatever Fizdale is trying to do right now, I personally don't think he will be a good fit for this team if they're trying to go the positionless basketball route, because I feel like he's more of like a pure one and not like an off-ball type of guy. But as a player, like if he's just going to be a point guard, then I feel like that's going to be his best situation. But I'm not sure if that's the best situation for us, to be honest with you. But I personally like Sexton. But I'm not sure if he's going to fit us, though. But I personally just think
Sure. No, I agree. I agree with you there. Quickly, I want to make my argument for why Michael Porter will be available at the 9th spot.
Okay.
Quickly talk about, and then I'll talk about Kristaps and finish up with Courtney Lee.
Okay.
But so Michael Porter. So my argument for why he should be available at the 9th spot. So I feel really bad of doing this, but like last week or so, I've been going on Chicago Bulls Twitter, just kind of following up what's going on. The fan base in Chicago really wants Michael Porter. And Michael Porter has kind of let it be known a little bit that he's a Chicago fan, and he's even gone to like Chicago games. So like the fan base in Chicago really loves Michael Porter, right?
Yeah, I've been hearing that too.
That's two things that happened. If you guys remember at the combine, do you guys remember a small forward that did not work out and people thought that he had an offer? Chandler Hutchinson from Boise State. People were like maybe late 20s, maybe second round pick. All of a sudden he dropped out, right? And he's like, what? I don't need to work out anymore. If someone needed to work out in the combine, was definitely Chandler. Just one, he's from a small school. People had some questions about him. He needed to kind of, raise his stock a little bit, and he just shut it down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the rumor mill was that Chicago made him let him know that for sure they were going to draft him. So he was like, cool, I'm straight, right? And so I think the rumor mill is that Chicago is going to pick Wendell at 7 and then Chandler at 21 or 22, whatever that early, they have like 2 picks,
right?
In the first round. So that's the rumor mill. So which means that leaves it to Cavs, right?
Yeah.
I think the Cavs, if LeBron leaves, which I think is like 90% chance right now, I think Cavs take Sexton, right? And then I think Michael Porter falls to us. This all makes sense if Dallas or Memphis don't mess this up. But right now, if it goes the way, because the thing is, we don't know, right? This is all just speculation right now.
Right.
But right now, if everything stays as it is, there's a real possibility that, because I think two people who really helped themselves at the combine was Wendell Carter. Like he came in super prepared.
Yeah, he did.
Like he came in ripped. People were just talking about him like, whoa, this dude is really serious. Mo Bamba, just because he was a freak of nature. I think he helped his stock. I think Josh Jackson, I don't think people are really excited about Josh Jackson. So to me, he's the X factor right now. Like, is he still going to be like a third or fourth pick? I mean, what is he? But I think if everything stays right now, I can see why Michael Porter falls into a sometimes.
Yo, Kody, appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
All right, man.
All right.
Cool. Thanks.
Interesting. I like that insight, though.
Yeah, I mean, I
like that we got a mole in the Chicago chat room.
Yeah, my man Cody's infiltrating the Chicago Bulls Twitter, man. That's crazy. Yo, on a side note, man, they Complex did a ranking of the top Twitter accounts for the NBA. Knicks came in dead last. The official team Twitter account, and I hate trashing my team, but their Twitter account is trash. Knicks Twitter on a whole is way better than official Knicks Twitter. You know
for sure.
The conversations, the memes,
Knicks Twitter is
jokes.
Hopping, yo.
Yeah, Knicks Twitter is where it's at, man. But on the Michael Porter thing, right? I don't see there's any way that Cleveland passes up on the potential star power to replace LeBron.
Yeah.
With a guy like a Sexton, you know what I'm saying? I don't see it. Yo, Jay, slide, sending yourself a little bit in the camera too. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Caller, hold on 1 second. But yeah, I don't see it, man. I don't think Cleveland would pass on that opportunity to potentially pick a potential star and a replacement for LeBron. I don't see it. That they have to be able to sell their fans on something going forward. You know what I'm saying?
The Bulls and Cleveland back-to-back pass on.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Wishful thinking, but you know, hey, anything's possible, man. My man Kody Emmanuel doing recon out there, man. I like that, man.
I like that though.
Facts. Yo, we got somebody on the line.
Double Kody.
I had a question. I wanted to ask, how you think we should go with improving on Frank?
Okay, yo, who's this first off, man? You just called up the chat. You gotta announce yourself, man.
Yeah, man.
Angelo, what's going on, man? Where you from? Where?
I felt when you guys are talking about Colin Sexton.
Yeah.
I feel like we should stay and improve with Frank.
Yeah. So.
Because he has the potential.
That's true, man. And hey, appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. But JL's, I mean, what do you think about Frank's development? How do we get him to? I guess it depends on where we look at him, right? Do we look at him as the point guard, or are we looking at him as the off-ball guard?
I missed their comment. I missed her comment a little bit. She said about saying
basically he was saying you know, because you had spoken so highly of Colin Sexton, you know, how do we get Frank right?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I ultimately I want Frank to be a 1 and a 2. Actually, I wanted to be a 1 personally.
Yeah.
Only because I feel like his size and length at the 1 will disrupt the NBA.
Sure, for sure.
To another level.
Mm-hmm.
If he's at the 2, he could do some damage for sure. But I feel like if he's guarding 1s and scoring on 1s at his height and length of his arms, like he will be able to dominate. So I ultimately want him at the 1. But I do understand that bringing another guard like a Sexton or even Moutier is kind of like might distract from that. So I know there's like a weird fit thing happening.
There is, because Timmy's a logjam. Somebody in the chat was saying, what about moving Timmy to the 3? But I just don't defensively. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Like really, to me, it seems like maybe Timmy should come off the bench. Like, but if you're not paying him bench money, so they might have problems.
But you need his offense, though. You need his offense still.
Yeah, there's like a lot of missing pieces. There's a lot of puzzle pieces that don't really fit right now.
A lot of puzzle pieces.
Let me clarify though. I personally like Sexton as a player. I'm not confident he's the best fit for the Knicks, which is why I don't understand why there's like a little hate for him. I know I see more people writing for him now. I see, but I personally like him as a player, but I'm not sure if he's the right fit for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. Even what's my guy's name that covers college basketball? Fran Fraschilla. Fran Fraschilla was like, you know, he thinks Sexton has potential, but he just doesn't see that fit. He just doesn't see that fit for the Knicks.
Definitely. Like I feel like we have to restructure a lot.
Yeah.
For Sexton to work here, and if we're like long term banking on Frank, but then it gets tricky, especially if we have Moutier and Trey Burke and all that already going on.
Something got to shake out.
Yeah, something got to shake out
between Baker, between Moutier.
Somebody would have to get traded.
Somebody got to get traded. I mean, like I say, with Timmy, you need his offense. So I don't see him moving to the bench anytime soon, regardless of how well he fits, just to force feed Frank out there. You know what I'm saying? You may come to points where, because I still think Frank is coming off the bench for this foreseeable future, but you may have a point where he closes. Maybe he closes, for a defensive standpoint. Maybe he is the closing guard, when you need stops, and maybe Trey's a little bit overmatched at the one. So maybe he comes in that type of platoon type of role at the one. But starting the season off, I think Trey earned it from last season. I think they're gonna roll with Trey going forward.
Most definitely. I mean, but what with the new coaching, the new coaches right now, last season, it really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
You have to repress the new coach. It's kind of like when you have a new boss.
True.
And it's like, oh, you used to do this, and you should do more of this. The new bosses come in and change everything all the time. So even though in our eyes we were here from the jump, we see like Trey should start right now. We don't know what Fizdale is thinking, but you would think, I don't know, just looking at everybody, he was just playing better than everybody, so he probably should start at guard this year, in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. So many parallel or unparalleled opinions on Tim Hardaway Jr. and Frank. What they're gonna be. It's gonna be interesting, man. Shout out everybody in the chat. We got about 50 or some odd people in here. Shout out everybody watching them this Memorial Day Saturday.
What's going on?
Definitely have a great weekend. This is Post Game Live, the Knicks Fan Podcast. This is a collaboration between myself, CP from Knicks Fan TV, and my man Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time Show. We're going to be doing these live streams after every major event. Sometimes we'll do live podcasts. We also record podcasts together. And we'll also be doing live streams after every game. So going forward next season, post game, we'll start off, about 10 o'clock. If the game is on the East Coast, we start up around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Get the chat going, get your thoughts on, what happened in the game, what you like, what you didn't like. So it's just an opportunity for the fans to connect, talk, air it out and get your frustrations out. Obviously we're a long way from the promised land, but one thing about Knicks fans are we're loyal, you know what I'm saying? And we stick to the team.
To a fault.
And to a fault. So, this is the opportunity for like-minded Knicks fans to connect, man. So definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Also check my man Jay Ellis page at the Nick of Time Show. We'll get you all those addresses coming up. Social media as well. Let's see. Cody says, can we look at Frank as a Lamar Odom type of player? What do you think about that?
Lamar Odom was a forward, like a point forward.
Yeah, Lamar Odom was a lot of point forward.
I don't know. I don't understand the question, I guess.
Well, I guess he's saying, Mitsu, thanks for the subscribe. I guess he's saying, in that light, right? Like, Lamar Odom was that point forward. He had the size, he had the length. He was kind of a utility guy, does a little bit of everything. Do you see Frank in that mold, or what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I guess he kind of is that way. He's like a point guard. I mean, he's a point shooting guard. Like he's a shooting guard right now. Right now, he's a shooting guard that can pass pretty good.
Right. He has the awareness. The awareness is definitely there. That's what I like about Frank. Yeah. That's why, I think he can improve offensively, and he's not just going to be a dud, because we saw, signs of that vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just to me, he just has to let the game slow down for him. You know, obviously it was his first year as a young dude, coming from a different country, different style, different system, to the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly. He saw it.
He came right into the teeth of the media market, man. So we gotta give him some time. Give him some time, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he'll be all right, man. Like as a utility guy, though, like he was saying, he kind of can do a little bit of everything. He can play defense. He can pass. He can shoot the three pretty decently this year. He's done that already. So I guess in that aspect, he can rebound. Yeah, I feel like okay. I guess in that aspect, you can say that. But yeah, he just needs to get if he wants to be a point guard for real, he just has to be a lot less tentative attacking the basket. As a point guard, not just looking to pass the ball to Kylo Quinn at the top of the key and moving out the way. You got to sometimes take it to the hole.
Yeah, it was just the lack of confidence. I think the confidence will step up. You know what I'm saying? The confidence will definitely step up, and Frank will be all right, man. We'll be fine.
And guess what? Fizdale is out here calling Moutier Dwayne Wade and stuff. So I'm sure he can give Frank some confidence.
Yeah. Plus, he my man stepped out in France with the album cover swag. He came back home with a new man. He came back home with a new man. Yo, check. I got Frank up on the 2-screen share. My man with the album cover bandana up.
Yeah, man. He might have came. I don't know. He might have came back a man. He might have went to France, got that with the NBA clout. You know, he might have came back to France with the NBA clout.
Yeah, he got the swag ready. He got the swag ready, man. He's gonna put it together. Yeah. He's gonna put it together. That's what he's letting you know.
Frenchman was probably getting at him. He's like, "Oh, word?
He's ready."
Bandana time was heightened. Was glow up these tips. Too.
Yeah, he'll be ready, man. What else? Mitsu Marayama said he heard the shout out. What up, Mitsu? He says, "Do you think that the Knicks will blow it 2 drafts in a row by missing on a guy like Mitchell?" What do you think there, Jay?
Blow it. He said blow. He said blow it.
2 drafts.
So I think. So okay. So he's just saying that you blew it with Frank. That's what I'm hearing on mine.
Yeah. Well, with Donovan Mitchell potentially being the rookie of the year.
I mean, listen. There were how many people? I think 13 people blew it.
Yeah, I think he got picked 14. He got picked 14.
13, 14 people blew it, first of all. Second of all, I mean, I like Donovan Mitchell's game. He's a really good player, but I'm not low on Frank. So when I say blow it, when you say blow it, to me, that's when you pick somebody like a Jordan Hill.
Yeah. Who's
not really in the NBA anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like Frank is still going to have a nice impact for this team. So I wouldn't even really call that blowing it. Granted, Donovan is better, but I don't think he blew it. So second of all, who knows, man? Like this whole draft shit is a crapshoot.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot, man. It's a crapshoot.
You're like looking at ability, you're trying to figure out what's translatable in NBA. He's tall, he's short, he has willpower, he doesn't. You really don't know what's going to translate into NBA, and you really don't know in 2 to 3 years who's going to be better than who's popping in year one, man. That's just the way things happen.
Look how long it took for Oladipo to establish himself as a killer. Yeah. And now he's a killer.
Oladipo has been in the league for a minute. He was killing it in Orlando, but no one really knew about him for real. Had my eye on him, but then he's on
his third team. He's on his third team, and both of them teams is probably looking at him like, damn, we messed up.
Exactly. So you just people can't just straight off go off the first year and be like,
we getting too spoiled, man. We getting too spoiled.
Yeah, that's like an anomaly, man. Like, really,
we getting too spoiled. Speaking of Oladipo, shout out Scott Perry for picking him. Scott Perry drafted him, so
Scott Perry definitely did his homework and drafted him.
Yeah, man.
And so to answer your question, the jury is still out as whether we even blew it last year, and this year I still feel like we're in good shape to make 2 good picks back to back.
Yeah. The draft is a crapshoot, man. At the end of the day, the draft is a crapshoot. There's no GM in the history of the NBA that you could look at his resume and say everyone that he picked up was a home run. You know what I mean? Even what's his name? Jesus. Everybody, nobody bats 1,000 in the draft.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna hit it. Sometimes you're gonna, find a dud. Right? You look at Donovan Mitchell. He went into the Utah workout, and they were so impressed. They was like, "Yo, don't tell anybody what happened." And 13 teams passed on him. 13 teams passed on him. Look at Philadelphia and Boston. Danny Ainge was sitting there with the number 1 pick. Right? And Boston ended up with the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Philly was so hot for for Markelle Fultz, and Danny Ainge the whole time wanted Tatum. Thought Tatum was gonna be a star, and was like, here, gave up the pick, took a step back and got his guy, and this kid is gonna be a stud for them going forward. So I mean, you just can't call it, man. You just can't call it. Luck is a part of it, in my opinion, and coaching is another part. You know, the environment that these kids are groomed in, and then it's on the kid himself. You know, can he fulfill his potential? Can he be better, or you know, will he be worse? You know, you never know.
You really just never know. And who's to say Mark Fultz is not gonna blossom in a couple of years either? Because he had injuries as well. So you just don't know, man. It's a wait and see, man. It happens for a lot of people who come out. Giannis, Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Gordon Hayward. There are a lot of players in the NBA who were kind of studs right now that took a long time to blossom, man.
Right. Facts. My man Dean Wynn jumped in. He said DiVincenzo can be available. My man from Villanova. That'll be a good pickup, man. I like that kid. Dante DiVincenzo, the MVP of the March Madness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that.
DiVincenzo is a beast, man. I feel like he has that grittiness, that heart. They said Danny Ainge took him out to lunch during his draft, during the combine. I'm like, damn, if he ends up in Boston, bro, Jesus Christ.
That's the crazy part, man.
Facts, man. Yo, shout out to my man Simeon, Nothing But Knicks. What's good, bro? Nothing But Knicks in the chat. We definitely got to link up and do something. Brandon Everhart, what's good?
Word. Yeah, I was trying to have Sim on the podcast. Still hit me, Simeon.
Yeah, definitely, man. We got to do a collabo. Somebody says, can we do a mock draft before the draft? Yeah, we could definitely do that. We could definitely do a mock draft joint. Noah Cahill, what's good? Kody, what up? Kody had asked a question, too. Forgot Cody's question. Blue Lightning, can we possibly do a mock draft? Yeah, we could definitely do that. Jamila Peters, what's good? Deanne Wynn. Chris. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Yo, thanks for the support, everyone. If you're not already, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you keep up with the live streams and when they're happening. This is Cody's question. He says, if we get Kyrie in 2019, do you think Frank backing him up, or does he play small forward? Oh, man.
I think you do a combo, man. That's the luxury of having players who can who are multi-positional. If Frank is tall enough to guard small forwards and he can bring the ball up, he's just that much more valuable. You can back him up for the point guard. You can have him playing shooting guard. You can have him playing small forward. Why not?
Does Kyrie's injury history that bother you? That bothers me. I'll tell you that. That bothers me. Because I feel like by the time it's typical Nick fashion, by the time he's ready for us, he's already got several miles on the tires. You know what I mean? 2 bad knee injuries. And number one, I don't think he leaves Boston. But, I mean, if he was available, I'm not even sure if I'd be all for getting him. What do you think?
I think that Kyrie is a wild card in general. I don't know what that man's thinking. I didn't think he was gonna leave Cleveland, but he left.
True. He's a renegade, man.
He's a renegade. He's all about free thought, and the world is flat and all this other stuff. So you don't know.
He's wilding for that. He's wilding.
You don't know. You definitely don't know. So from that aspect, I don't know what that man's gonna do, but I'm definitely not so keen about throwing no bank at him if you have 2 crazy knee surgeries. Like, it still remains to be seen if he's been able to actually carry a team fully healthy for a whole entire year.
Yeah. Because remember in the finals, the first finals, he busted his kneecap.
Yeah.
That was a scary injury. And then recently now he had the scoping of his knee, and then he ended up being out for the year. So it's you don't even know if you could trust him.
Yeah. And I mean, unfortunately, that has to do with his body reacting bad. I think it was because there was like a metal piece in his knee, and it was infected, and they didn't know it was infected because he wasn't even supposed to be out that long.
Yeah, that's it. And all of a sudden, he shocked him, man. So yeah, I don't know. I'd stay away from Kyrie. I'd stay away from Kyrie. And so many guys though. 2019, man. You got Kemba. You got we'll see what happens with Kawhi, but I think him and the Spurs will make up.
Prospects right now, yo.
Clay, But now Clay saying he'll take less. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man.
That's the thing though. Like I knew looking at that Warriors team, I kind of felt like, you know what, they're not going. They seem like they eat lunch together. They seem like they go to the bathroom together. They seem like they do everything together, bro, man. They seem like they tight.
Yeah.
Like I could see them taking less money to stay together. But you know what? An ass whooping changes things too. So
yeah,
if Houston ends up pulling shit together, even though Chris Paul is hurt, then maybe that'll rattle the cage. We'll see what happens.
It's true, man. Yeah, who you think? Who you got in Game 6 tonight?
Oh, no Chris Paul. Sorry,
I
man.
think Golden State gonna blow the doors off him.
No chance without Chris.
I think Golden State gonna blow the doors off him. It's up to the MVP, the so-called MVP, James Harden. See what Harden can do.
Unless these role players really, Eric Gordon starts to.
Yeah, Gordon and Tucker got to play out of their minds.
Yeah, man. Gordon can go back in time to be number one option or two. Maybe that can happen.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll see how it goes down. I'm just looking up the free agents 2019, 2020. Free agents. Let's see.
Word, man.
Oh, here
2019, 2020 free agency. We got
free agents.
I think Noah should be off the books.
Yeah.
Lee off.
I think Noah's off for 2021, I think.
Oh, 2021?
And Lee
okay.
as well. Yeah, I think they're both off at that time. Yeah. Let's go to it.
We got Cantor.
Let's see. Point guards, we got Jeff T, Kemba, Kyrie, Jeremy Lin, George Hill, Eric Bledsoe, Rubio, nah. I think he stays with the Jazz anyway. Dragic.
Yeah.
Dragic,
yeah.
Let's see. Rozier. Does Rozier slip away?
It's a possibility. It depends. Like I don't know. Whenever you look at young players versus ego versus playing time, like that combination, like young players plus ego plus playing time plus money, like that combination kind of gets shaky. If you look at like Golden State scenario when Harrison Barnes was kind of on the come up, and you kind of figured
Harrison Barnes, Jesus.
Yeah, he was like people were saying, oh, maybe he could be a little bit more, but he's not going to get the opportunity to be that with where he was at Golden State with all those players ahead of him.
Yeah.
Like when situations like that happen, that's when you can see players start to move. So with Terry there and Kyrie still being, number one focal point, you never know if, he might feel like he needs to shine more once Kyrie comes back and get the opportunity to be the man and want to leave.
I can't believe Clay thinking about taking less money thoe, man.
Clay,
I'm telling
you, man.
Come on, Clay, man. Like, yo,
I'm
Clay,
telling you, man.
We need you here, Clay, man. Come on, man. Get your money somewhere else, man. Kody and Steph gonna take all that money, man. Yo, probably Draymond too, man. You gotta shake loose, man.
It's not everybody's not all about the money, man. That's how I keep trying to. Well, some people was like happiness is more the money.
Yeah, Clay looked like he just want to chill, be happy,
man.
Shoot 3-pointers,
He's already a multi-millionaire.
Fucking team, man. What do they call him? Hampton 5? Shit,
I don't even speak those words, bro. I don't say no Hampton.
It's ridiculous, man. I can't take it, man. It's clear. Clay's a West Coast dude, man. He might come here and melt. You know what I mean? We can't have that. Clay will come here and can't even, and shoot 25% from 3-point land. That's what will happen.
That is not possible.
Typical Nick fashion.
That is not possible.
Clay gonna come here and lose his jumper.
Don't bring that energy over here, bro. That's not possible, man.
Hey,
that's not possible. The only way that would be possible if he actually got injured and then we signed him.
Yeah.
Then that
we need that fire, man. I wouldn't mind Kemba though. If the point guard situation don't shake out next year, I wouldn't mind bringing Kemba here. What do you think?
I still don't even know, man. Next year, I feel like nah. I'd rather go for a wing.
Yeah.
I'd rather go for a wing.
Rather go for the wing, right?
I'm hoping somebody shakes free, somebody steps up by that time, who proves worthy to be a lead guard or potential to be like, yo,
right,
you're a step away from being a lead guard. And then if you have another lead guard there, then you have to do this thing where you're being creative with the lineups. And Kemba Walker is like what 6'2".
Yeah, I think him and Trey are about the same. They're about the same.
So I'd rather not, even though I do like Kemba's game.
I mean, shit. Fizdale said Lance could be the next Draymond. Maybe Lance. Nah, I'm just playing. Chill. Lance got to go eventually. Eventually. Hashtag opt out.
Hey,
Cannon.
man.
Opt out Cannon hashtag. And
stop laughing, CP, son. Stop laughing.
Your man Canners, he's out. I don't know if he on a PR tour or on a trolling tour or what, man. Your man Canners is all over the place, man.
That's just Cannon, man.
Canners is all over the place, man. But
I don't even take him seriously anymore in the summer.
Yeah, I don't take him seriously. That LeBron thing offended me though. He was on two sides of the fence. I didn't like that.
No, that's when I realized he was trolling.
Yeah.
That's why because I
was trolling.
Because I was like, you want LeBron here? And I was like, wait, I don't really think he want. I think he's just trolling people now.
Nah. I didn't like how he got the kids involved though. Keep the kids out.
Yeah,
of this,
man.
Keep the kids out of this.
Keep the kids out of this, man.
Facts.
They're losing their innocence talking that LeBron bull right there.
Yeah,
so.
man. Keep the kids out of it, man. Facts. Let's see who we got here in the chat. Happy Saturday, Memorial Day Saturday. Who we got? Michael Parker, what's good?
What up?
Him and King just got in here. I wonder where Carlito at today. Carlito ran away from the chat today.
Yo, it's Memorial Day weekend. He out here living life, man.
Yeah, that's true, man. We need to do the same, man. I need to get a life. I'm out here talking Knicks for 2 hours.
Yo, I got a life. I'm ready to wrap up.
Yeah. About to wrap up. We about to wrap up shortly, man.
Unless you want to talk about the dunk.
Yeah, you want to get to the dunk? Yeah, by the way, if you're watching in the chat, we had a little mishap with the rundown up at the top, but this is, don't track going forward, but we'll have that fixed going forward. But yeah, I got the bulk of the conversations anyway. Yeah, so let's go to the chat, man. I mean, let's go to the dunk. Obviously, you see behind me the original dunk poster, John Starks. That was a great that was a great moment in Knicks history, man, even though we lost, obviously. But so what ended up happening was
I didn't see Jordan until the next day in the paper. That's what I saw Michael Jordan.
Knicks Film School has
and when I saw him,
basically saying how
I saw that he was in the picture, I was like, gotcha.
I had agree with him. I had agree with him on this. I had agree with him.
I came down, dunked it, and spent out and ran up the court, and my teammates were just like pounding on me, this and that. And all I kept thinking is like, I have to get back on defense. I think if that play would have happened in Chicago,
like how you would think
just another play. Because it was in the Garden and because it was in the conference finals and because Michael Jordan was in the picture, it made it a very special play. I didn't see Jordan until the next day in the paper. That's when I saw Michael Jordan. And when I saw him, I saw that he was in the picture, I was like, gotcha.
It was kind of like, it was more symbolism. He galvanized the crowd.
I came down, dunked it, and spent out and ran up the court, and my teammates were just like pounding on me, this and that. And all I kept thinking is like, I have to get back on defense. I think if that play would have happened in Chicago,
it wasn't the fact that he
just another play. Because it was in the Garden and because it was in the conference finals and because Michael Jordan was in the picture, it made it a very special play.
I'm with the people, man.
I didn't see Jordan until the next day in the paper.
I'm with the people.
Yeah, no, I had the volume up on there.
He dunked on Jordan. He dunked on Grant. They in the picture. They got dunked on. Point game period. End the story.
He didn't dunk on him, man. But listen, it was still a great moment.
I saw him in the picture.
Yeah.
He was right there in the corner.
It was still a great moment, man. But, that's it, man. That's what I got back here.
And my man Starks explosive was so uncanny. He got up so quick, they didn't even see it coming.
Facts. Yeah, that's it. That's definitely it, man. But yeah, shout out to Starks. I'm definitely glad he's back at the Garden. Definitely glad that he has a job. There's one thing about Dolan, man. We trash Dolan a lot, and deservedly so. But anybody that wants to come back, they can come back. Oakley got some work to do. Oakley definitely got some work
he
to
did
do.
Oakley dirty though.
But who knew Sprewell would be back? Sprewell is back in good graces though.
Nah, but this Oakley thing is different, man.
Yeah,
Oakley thing is crazy, Oakley thing is a lot different. Yeah. I don't even know if I want to get into that, but it's just like that was a whole nother level of violation, bro. Yeah. Like there's like tapes that I feel like there's a tape that's circulated around the internet that everybody saw, but I felt like there was another tape that no one saw that didn't circulate.
The Daily News one just dropped. The Daily News surveillance video just dropped. I mean,
it
basically,
did?
Yeah, but it doesn't really show. It does no audio for it, but it basically show you, Dolan calling security over to kick Oakley out. Then you see the whole fray, and then you see Dolan kind of give him the thumbs up once they give him the boot. So they don't really tell you that much because you don't really Oakley saying, well, they just did that, but you don't know what happened before that. You don't have the audio, so it's an unfortunate situation for sure.
Yeah, unfortunate situation, but Dolan, I don't know, man.
Unfortunate, but like I said, the biggest surprise to me was Sprewell. Very surprised to see Sprewell back in good graces, and he's working for the squad now. So,
where I like that, but
yeah,
that's like a makeup call.
Yeah, because Sprewell was, he was vile with Dolan. When you remember that game when he came back with the Timberwolves, man, he was going at him.
Yeah, man. And Oakley's not having it too because Oakley kind of feels like he defamed his name, called him alcoholic.
Yeah,
and all this other stuff that wasn't even true.
Too far with Oakley. He took it a bit too far with Oakley, man. So
and then he made it seem like Oakley was just some out of control person. He just got to the game, and he's like, Oakley was like, "Yo, I just got to the game. How are you telling me I'm drunk when I just got here?
Yeah,
like I was barely in my seat." So it was like, and I bought my own damn tickets.
That's true.
So
that's true, man.
I don't know.
But yeah. That's what it is, man. So we gonna wrap up, get to our Memorial Day festivities. Definitely thanks everybody for coming through. Kody, thanks again. Nothing but Knicks, thanks, bro. DN Win, thanks for coming through. Brandon, thanks for coming through. Kevon Painter, thanks for coming through. I said Kody already. Chris Dada, Blue Lightning GT, Young Yaron, Noah Cahill, thanks for coming through. Jamila Peters, thanks for coming through. David Johnson. Thanks for the support, man. We'll definitely be back at some point this week. Y'all get the notification. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Y'all have a great weekend. Jay Ellis, you want to plug your channels real quick?
Yeah, man. Listen, check my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Nick of Time Show. Draft episode. Getting a really good response from that. So thanks for everybody who hit me up and liked that episode. Also check out the nickoftimeshow.com. Check out the website. And follow me on all social media. I think y'all seen it on the screen. The KOT Show on Twitter. Nick of Time Show on Instagram. And subscribe to my YouTube, man.
Yep, subscribe to that YouTube, man. And y'all know me. Same story. Knicks Fan TV, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Twitch, I'm on all of that, man. Talking Knicks. And thanks for the support. Once again, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you didn't already. And we'll let y'all know when we back on here, man. So y'all have a safe, prosperous, healthy, fun Memorial Day weekend, and we'll get back at you, man.
Word. Barbecue.